Are there any other children that would like to come up? Well, do you want to come up, Mary? Oh, okay. Now, I have to have notes, because you know how we're talking about different cultures and different religions? Well, Pastor Janet emailed me one, and it's a neat story. It's got a waterfall in it, but I need my notes. Okay, so Confucius and his students were walking along looking at the beautiful nature, and somebody said, now, there is a beautiful waterfall near here. I'm going to try it. It's Liu Liang. You want to go see it? It's only 2 hours away. I said, oh, well, that's pretty close. I've heard that it's absolutely majestic. It is beautiful, and it is so big. It's bigger than Cohoes. Have you been to Cohoes Falls? Have you seen those? Oh, well, okay, they're big. This is even bigger. And one of his students said, you know, I used to live near waterfalls, and we go swimming in them in the summer. Do not try this at home. Okay? And the other student that was knew about Liu Liang said, oh, you can't do it in this. It is so big. When the water comes down, it thunders to the bottom, and not even fish and turtles can stay in there. It's so strong. And Confucius said, wow, you think turtles and fish should be able to stay in there because they're in the water element. They should be able to, but let's go see. So they walked and walked and walked, and then they finally got to where they could see it. And they got up on a high peak, and you could hear it. It was thundering. It was so loud and so big. And then they looked down and they said, oh no, look, there's a man in there. Did he go over the waterfall? He's swimming. He's in deep trouble. We've got to go help. So they ran and they ran and they ran and they tried to get there. And they said, oh, we're never going to make it in time. The poor guy's going to drown. And Confucius said, well, we've got to try. So they ran and they ran, and they got down there. And the guy was swimming and singing. He was having such a great time. And he finally got out, and Confucius said to him, well, first I thought you were some supernatural being because nobody could do that, but you're a regular guy. How come you can be in a waterfall like that and not get hurt? And he said, I don't know. I grew up near here, so I just learned to swim in the water. And when it tries to push me under, I don't fight. I just kind of go along with it. And I can't explain how I do it. It's just something I learned because I swim here so often. And the idea of this story is that in our lives, sometimes bad things happen that are big like the waterfall. And they just happen to, well, they do happen to everybody, not all at the same time, thankfully. But some people can be having a great time even when they don't seem to be bothered when bad things happen to them. Sometimes they can sing through the bad times. I am not one of these people. But there are some people, they just don't seem to be fazed by it. And in our faith tradition, we talk about walking with God and talking to Jesus. And you know, the more we do that, the less the big troubles are going to bother us. You don't want to wait until the big troubles come, because then you're not used to walking with God or talking with Jesus. But if you do it every day, then when the big problems come, you can go running right to God and say, please help. And then the problems won't bother you as much. They may still bother you, but not as much. And pretty soon you could be like that guy swimming under the water like that in the waterfall. Okay? Thank you very much. We'll go back to our seats now.